And welcome back. Okay, so we are on a patrol duty contract. We need some more heads. We have 2 days before we have to return over here to Thunder. And we are also next to Gorgoth here, which is an orc camp, which we might be able to do. So let's go take a look. The team doesn't quite have the armor breaking capabilities that I would like it to have as of yet, but anyways, I would imagine that we can do this. The question is, will we have casualties? But if it looks like it's too much, then I will be retreating, I suppose. But let's go take a look. Several orc young, several orc warriors, and an orc warlord. And also apparently I saw something. 19 enemies. Okay, that might be too much actually. Yeah, maybe that's too much. Let's see here. We have one crappy hammer. We have one great axe. And we have Luthgardis's billhook. The ranged weapons aren't that good against warriors. Hmm. 19, huh? So it's half and half. So it's like close to 10 warriors. Plus one super big orc in the warlord. I think I'll just pass on this, as anticlimactic as that is. Okay, see you later. Thought several would mean that there's a little bit less of them. But anyways, whatever. Does waste a bit of time getting out of here and does lower the resolve of both the man and perhaps the viewer, but here we are. Rather not risk it for a biscuit that isn't necessarily worth it at this point in time. So let us just leave here and pretend that we saw nothing. Nothing happened. Anyways, it's not like a camp like this is that... how should I put it? That much in the future in terms of the difficulty level of it being doable. But I think I need like a couple more capable frontliners for something like this. With that in mind, we need to recruit. Well, in any case, also what the hell did I see? Orc Hunters. Okay, that I can do. The Berserkers might still pose a problem, but... Oh, 25? What the hell? How's that 25? Well, I guess many is definitely many. They're also being chased by a pack of unholds. 12. Interesting. Okay, I'm not going to do either of these groups alone, but I wonder, should I fight them in a big battle? I don't know. If this group of orc hunters did not exist, I guess I could lure the unholds here to Gorgoth. I only have 1 day left before I need to return. I can't waste too much time here. They are headed this way, so I could like maybe do a big battle where the unholds hold some of the orcs, get their attention while we deal with the rest. That is something I could do. I think I'll just pass on it though. I thought this, when it says many, I thought that would be far less. Well, anyways. Anyways, I guess we'll head back to Thunder, and maybe if we see something easier along the way, we'll do that. Yeah, the unholds are about to catch up with the hunters there. Anyways, so I could have joined that fight, I suppose, but anyway. Also, I'm out of ammunition. I need some more. Running out of food as well. Tool situation is good though. Alright, so we found someone. Snowy wastes are home to not much of anything, so to find someone half naked in its frigid geography is rather unusual. That the frozen figure is actually alive, even more so. You crouch beside the frigid body, their eyes are hollow and rime frosts make blinking them a struggle. Lips are jagged and purple and nose a deep red bordering on black. You ask if the pitiful wretch can speak and are greeted with nods. Barbarians took me. You ask where the kidnappers are. The figure shrugs and continues the cold cadence. They got bored and left. It does seem in tune with the primitives to up to and leave a prisoner in the ice. The shivering prisoner explains they were once a sturdy swordfighter. A smile squeezes through the pain. A king's guard in the kingless land. Things could be worse. Well, we have a place for you, friend. The nearly frozen figure joins the company. The prisoner's a ragged wreck, but if what was said is true, maybe the frozen body will someday become the fighter it once was. We'll see. Okay, so we have found the King's Guard, who is level 3. I believe the King's Guard always comes with these stars. He's for now a cripple, but I think it's if I can get this guy, well, I guess it's a maybe it's like a bold woman. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. If I can get him or her to level 6, then at some point we can get an event where they will transform. They have lost their cripple status and instead will be a King's Guard again. I don't remember exactly what happens, but it's like plus 10 or plus 15 to all the stats here. In any case, pretty nice find. Let's take student. And what else? So we'll be a melee eventually at least. Well, obviously with the stars, but won't be in the front line for a while, ideally. Anyways, I'll move these guys back there. Put you all the way down here. So let's see here. Gets lithe, and that's it for the armor spec. Well, anyways, this level is easy. Plus 4 hit points. Melee skill and melee defense. Could also get some resolve, maybe, for mind over body, maybe. I will mark that as a blue option. But yeah, for now, doesn't have any traits. Anyway, so yeah. What perk to take? I could do the lookout thing with the King's Guard, but that's a waste. Maybe just go with gifted here, unless I would like to do staff things, but doesn't get the stick fighting or whatever the hell that perk is called. Did you have it? Yes. Stick fighting. Without that, I don't think I'd like to do anything like that. That means I won't be taking staff spins. So yeah, I'm leaning towards gifted out of these options. Executioner worth considering, I guess. Does not have crippling strikes, but that's not mandatory. Pathfinder is good. Pretty much always. Pretty much. So maybe just take that instead. I'll go ahead and take Pathfinder. Oh yes, and another level. Once again, hit points, I guess, so we are largely ignoring the range defense, but anyways. I guess you could do something hybrid-y, because this guy does have Wind Reader, but I am not going to attempt anything like that. Instead, focus purely on the melee side of things. So there you are. Hopefully I can keep him or her alive. Let's equip some heavy armor. Well, heavy-ish. Something like that for now, and like a reach weapon. If I still have a reach weapon here. I have a pole flail. You may use that. Okay, and we have an event here, which is basically meaningless. So, money situation is currently kind of okay. Provisions I will be needing as well as ammunition. Guess I wait for dawn and see what the prices here are. There is a smuggle item contract, maybe, but I'm a little bit worried about it being 3 skulls, now that I know what they entail. Anyways, let's assign people. Let's do something along these lines. And now let us check here. Do we have anything? We have a famed whip. I mean, I shouldn't even check this because I don't have the money to buy anything. There's also a famed fencing sword. Anyways, whatever. Marketplace, though. Can make a profit by buying these. Tools are moderately priced, so I will. Well, I could since... what am I talking about? Anyways, I only can get like a stack of 10 tools. So let's do that. Let's also get some food here, but I might be taking that caravan. Doesn't matter though, since the food will last for a long, long while. I'll check these books, I suppose. Don't really care about them. Let's get the trading goods. Okay, so now the priority, once again, is to make money. So I have wages for 6 days. I think I will take this caravan. It's semi-likely, I guess, that we will encounter something that will make us abandon it. But if I don't, then we get a lot of XP. And also it allows us, of course, once again, to do the camping duties while being fed and paid for our time. So this is going kind of in the same direction as I'd like. Because I'd like to head to Schwanstadt again to sell things. And it's going to Finsterstadt, which is right next door. So I will take that, but if I get the Necrosomot event again or something like that, I will just once again be a coward to live another day. 6 days of wages should be enough. Let's take this. Ideally, if I were to do this, I would have the training equipment. I'm not going to assign anyone here without it. Because there's a slight chance of getting injured, as well as you can't really... It's not a quick process anyway. And if I remember correctly, you can't even complete the training course without the training equipment, so yeah. It's possible that it has been changed at some point, but anyway. So let's assign like one person to gather, and this is good enough, though no. Should I salvage? Am I repairing? That's the question. So with the tool situation being like that, I shouldn't salvage. Can't fit all the tools. Anyways. It is already day 137. I'm still skipping fights, so this run has been a bit slow. Okay, barbarians. Only 2? Are you going to fight? Probably not. There's a champion chosen, as well as a white armored unhold. They would surely perish, and I would welcome the fight, because obviously famed items are nice. Well, if you want to die, well, you don't. Makes sense. Even barbarians have a self-preservation sense. Even zombies do in this game. That's the bad thing about caravan contracts. Can't fight things along the way unless they attack you. Also, okay. They just defeated a mercenary company. Sure. If you say so. Anywho, since I don't really have much in the ways of money, I don't think I'll stop by at any of these villages. But I guess I could, because I can sell things if the selling price is, like, reasonable. Though my plan, obviously, is to sell at Schwanstadt, so maybe that would be a mistake in any case. But the only thing I lose is the patrol radius by stopping, so why the hell not? There is an event here. Selling price is probably garbage. That means I won't be buying anything, nor recruiting, but I guess I'll still check. I might make an exception if I saw, like, Shield Maiden. Okay, well... Sure. You build, we kill. No, that's the other option. Alright, I can spare a hand or few. Same event as before, and we get some exhaustion. And 200 crowns, so certainly worth it. Anyway, let's continue on our merry way. Things have happened over here. Uneventful journey. So I have the most important camp upgrades, but I don't have the training equipment, so that's one of the priorities now. Hopefully I can make enough money here and then find that sometime soon. Ludwig, always the sort to take one for the company, seems to have single-handedly helped the resolve of each mercenary, as one sellsword explains it. I don't know how to explain it. As another, more articulate mercenary says, it's like he's more than just a sword for hire, you know? He's someone we can depend on, like a brother, but not a whole brother, obviously, more like a half-brother, a bro, if you will. Ludwig's the best. That is the team player event. Hooray. Anyway, we made it, and we get 1,000 XP experience points each, as well as 2,500 crowns, so worth it, despite us not being able to fight that champion chosen there. And this is the result. And if I did have the training equipment, this result would be even better, of course. Anyways, I'll return, level 8. And now do I take shield expertise? I could just take freedom of movement to help with tactical maneuvers. Reduces fatigue cost as well as action point cost. So I will be getting this eventually. Has 51 fatigue to play with. Might get more, well, gets help with fatigue costs eventually, maybe by perfect fit. I think I'll just take the freedom of movement instead of the shield perks at the moment. So now rotation is 2 AP and 10 fatigue, so we can keep that up for a while. Same with footwork. Next up, Helvig, who will, I think, eventually be moved into the reserves next to Hatward. Well, let's do Hatward next. Anyways, so Hatward takes probably just skillful stacking. Unless I take like meal preparation. That might be better actually. Already has alcohol brewing, but both of these tasks are completed in the kitchen. So sure, let's take meal preparation at this point. Anyways, back to Helvig, who probably takes skillful stacking or tools drawers. Guess I'll take the tools. There you go. Takes more hit points, takes more resolve, takes +2 melee skill. Next up, Baldwin the Master, level 10. Rolled a +3 for melee things. Nice to see. Takes more hit points, though I would also like to have more fatigue. Or initiative, but anyway. And perk-wise probably takes Berserk now, and then later on Battle Flow. I could also just take Relentless at this point. Or Alert. Or Onslaught. But yeah, I'll just go with the Berserk. Next up, Ranch, level 9. Takes more hit points. I would like to get more resolve, more fatigue as well, but hit points is the max roll and also gets him over 100. Perk-wise, takes either Vengeance or Muscularity or Killing Frenzy now. All of these are damage things. Probably just takes Muscularity, since that's a constant effect. Vengeance is kind of ridiculous, but it does also need to hit, so the later you take it, the more reliable it is, as you will have more melee skill. So I suppose I'll take Muscularity now, and we'll see which one of these I take after that. I could also just take like Hammer Mastery at this point, but I don't think I need it unless I want to use the... Well, this is 15 fatigue to use, even with Mind over Body. So I cannot move and attack. So I could commit to hammers. Is it really 15? Why is it 15? No, it's not 15, it's 12. You lied to me, game. You lied to me. Okay, never mind. Let's take the Muscularity, I think. And probably at some point we'll take Hammer Mastery. Muscularity, so 65 to 85 goes to 75 to 98. Next up, Azur takes finally Bags and Belts. And now I can equip either more nets or more throwing weapons or one of each. I guess I'll do one of each. And depending on the fight, I guess I can change what he uses. I'll take the range defense this time. Probably should have been building that up, but anyways. Next up, Herbert. So this is the main character, obviously. I could take quick hands here. I already have a two-handed skull hammer in the inventory here for situations that warrant it, as well as a fighting spear. I could also take like Patient Hunter or Muscularity for damage. Already have second wind, so it does make some sense to get Patient Hunter. Berserk plus Patient Hunter is more AP, but you do need fatigue to be able to do things. So Patient Hunter is a maximum of 3 action points transferred to the next turn. And with a low AP cost weapon, I guess you get more out of it, kind of. The jacket pike is 5 AP to use, the fighting spear is 4. Also at some point maybe get like Thrust Master, since I did decide to go with spears. So what will help in the short term the most? Next level I'll get 2 perks anyway. Kind of leaning towards Muscularity. 73 melee skill only though, but against some opponents that is enough. I'll go with Patient Hunter, I think. Anyways, maybe not like the biggest consideration. Won't have like a huge effect on what I take now. Finally max rolled melee skill. Min rolled the melee defense though. Oh well. Takes more fatigue and takes more resolve, I guess. At some point we might get mind over body, but that is way in the future still. Next up, Sancho the Stick. Takes staff spins. So after this, the staff days will also stun and stagger, at least if you're able to stun the target. Once again, rolls a +1 for melee skill. Oh well. Takes more fatigue and resolve, I suppose. Does have fast adaptation to help, and I guess the main utility of this guy is to be a warm body who can kind of dodge attacks. But with the help of mark target, well, we don't currently have that. With the help of nets, etc., the parry effect, occasionally, at least against easier to hit opponents, he will be able to do the staff days thing. Next up, Kettle. Takes more initiative. Eventually I will get dodge to actually benefit from that. Kind of leaning towards resolve as well. Some more of that would be nice. 55 might be enough for the majority of the fights, but more is better. +4 hit points, also very good. Will go Nimble after all. Might go eventually Nimble plus Battleforge, we'll see. I'll take the resolve roll this time. And eventually I might be taking Browbeater's Bludgeon and Mace Mastery. I still haven't decided if I'll actually go with shields or not. We'll probably get Indomitable at some point. Anyways, so I could get Dodge already, but it's not going to do that much. Not with this shield. Not with this armor. That armor will be changed the very next level though, as I take Nimble, most likely. There is an argument also to be made to take in Relentless before I take Dodge, which is a bit weird, but this does help with Nimble specifically. I could also consider Athlete. I'll do the other guys first, because I know better what to do with them. I'll take some melee defense here on Luthgardis. And I think I'll take the hit points this time instead of the resolve, even though she will go with perfect focus and mind over body. Well, already has mind over body, but anyways. More survivability this time. And perk-wise, I don't think it's time to take perfect focus still. Oh yeah, I was wondering why she had such a low fatigue. It's because she's still exhausted. Anyway, so I could take Fortified Mind, I could take a damage perk, I could take Battle Flow. I think I'll take Muscularity. Probably get Perfect Focus on level 12. We'll see how long she can keep it up. Probably also needs like a -3 fatigue cost polearm as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Muscularity. 58 to 90 goes to 68 to 106. Next up, Herald, level 6. Okay, once again, I think I'll take melee defense, even though it's a little bit perhaps unnecessary, at least the majority of the time. Also takes Sling Mastery. Let's see how slings work out. You can also like give this guy another sling in the inventory, which is not one-handed. And once the nets are spent, I could use that instead. I don't know, maybe. Doesn't have net repair. I need that in the team if Azur dies. And that is plus defense. So maybe that's actually the pick here. Also ignores the weight of nets, which is not that much, but anyways. Could also take like tactical maneuvers. I do like that one. I'll take the net repair actually. Okay, so do I care about initiative? Probably not. But in that case, I guess I take, well, +3 hit points is fine. Or +4 range defense. I'm going to ignore the melee skill. I'll take the hit points. Since 55 is very low. Next up, Sütze, level 9. Easy level. Okay, and we can now take Wind Reader, I suppose I will. So 80 ranged skill goes up to 94 instead. Next up, Ludwig, level 5. Takes more resolve, I think. Will be a frontline polearmor, eventually. And probably also takes polearm mastery already. Let's go ahead and do it. Next up, Svanhildur, who is the very weird cripple who will become eventually a ranged god. Need to get rid of the drunkard trait. So fatigue might be a bit of an issue. Then again, doesn't have Berserk nor Patient Hunter. Guess I kind of need to decide whether I'm going for Mind over Body or not. We'll need Fortified Mind from a book at some point, I guess. If I want to do that. Base Resolve will reach like around 80 at some point, plus whatever from post level 12, plus from training course. So it's doable. It is doable. Still haven't decided on the weapon mastery. The thing with throwing is, though, that it's been a little bit underwhelming so far in this run. And it does also demand more perks. Because you need packs and belts and quick hands. And ideally Pathfinder, which this guy does not have. I'll take the Resolve, keep it as an option. To take Mind over Body at some point. Most likely will, but we'll see. We'll see. In any case, what perk to go with? Quick Hands does have utility even if you don't take throwing, I suppose. Kind of. Quick Step is a thing as well. Something like Steel Brow or 9 Lives is more survivability. Or Blend In. Does have Anticipation as well. Has options. I could also just take something like Efficient Packing to get some added non-combat utility out of this guy. I'll probably take Anticipation here. But anyways, I'll do this King's Guard now. Right, this time I'll take the range defense, sure. And perk gets Patient Hunter, no Berserk though, as of yet. Just wondering about the fatigue needs of the future. Once again, I could just take Gifted. I do usually like Resilient as well. I'll take Resilient. Anyways, back to Svanhildur. Yeah, I think I'll pass on throwing. For the aforementioned reasons. So that means slings or crossbows. I think it's crossbows because of point blank. Probably. Having this range defense. But what is the perk in that case? I don't know. I guess something to do with survivability. I'll take 9 lives. Will I though? Blend in is more defenses as well. Anticipation does grant a chance to attack a ranged attacker who misses. Whatever, I'll take anticipation. Though I wonder how this works if you have a gun equipped. Because then it's going to fire the gun in the general direction of whoever missed you, and that might hit your own guys. I don't know if this will work like that, but that is the worry if I eventually give this guy a gun. I'll take the 9 lives. Whatever. And finally Kettle. So we need to decide. I suppose I can go dodge, since I'm building initiative, and next level I'll take nimble. So hooray, gain +8 defenses, which will rapidly go down. Anyways, finally done with that. Couple of events here. And they just keep on repeating. Like the Groundhog Day. There is a brawler here. And brawlers can be good as well as they carry things. 650, I guess that's not that much. I should maybe be saving for that training equipment though. And also this guy I will let go. Underwhelming. Yeah. 1-star melee defense, 1-star initiative. Unpredictable. Steady hands. Not useless, but I'd like to do better than that. And I will choose to believe that I can do better than that. In any case, I guess I just move on to Swanhild. No, not Swanhild. Schwanstadt. I'm kind of all over the place today, it seems. I could do this find location and then destroy it. Am I still on the undead? No, I'm not. Instead, I am on the roving beasts ambition. Did spawn famed throwing weapons. They don't seem very good though. Plus effectiveness against armor. King Themos darts. Okay, so it has a higher chance to hit as well as more effectiveness against armor. Seems pretty bad. Anyway. Let's see here. Buy this quality wood. And let's check the books, I guess. Pathfinder is available. As well as tactical maneuvers out of this. I guess in the zone as well is useful in some occasions. So food is pretty cheap here. The inventory is completely filled with crap. I need some ammunition as well. I need to make some room. So let's sell a few things, I guess. If I can find something that's that I can get rid of without feeling a pang of guilt by not having sold it for a better price, as the price here is bad. Guess I don't need that much ammunition. Well, anyways, let's get some. And I will get some of this food and potentially just sell it immediately to Schwanstadt. Can I still make space? Yeah. This isn't worth anything here though. Food switcheroo. Okay, so I think I'll leave the books be. I could get the scout station though. I don't have that yet. That's a useful item. But I can come back here after I'm done. Hopefully get good prices again. Let's go. Yet again an event which we've had multiple times before. Anyways, selling price is pretty good. 38. I only say pretty good because of course we had 50 plus on occasion here. In some playthroughs you would keep these uncut gems to make runes with the Vala, but here I will just sell them for that ridiculous price. There we go. The plan is working out. So I can immediately make quite a lot of money by selling this. I guess I will. Could also keep some of these items to salvage them at some point, but then again I'll just find more crap to salvage. Should keep like a couple of mace options to stun opponents if the need does arise, which it very likely will. Sell the flail. I'll sell the military cleaver as well. I don't have a cleaver user. Battle glaive can go, I think. Well, since I'm getting this good price, yes. $11.3 per. I wonder if this is worth keeping. Not really an action-packed episode so far. Anyways, let's take this straw hat. This is peak Legends gameplay. Taking a straw hat out of an item and then giving it to someone. Like Rikara here. Enjoy. Okay, let's sell a few more things and then we'll actually do something. That is the plan at least, we'll see. Kettlehelm. Bunch of kettlehelms. I don't need this many kettlehelms, definitely not. Go away. Sell. What else was I going to sell? One of these can go. That can go. I'm not going to use the golden deck. Okay, Celtic arming sword as well. Fighting axe. Guess the only reason to keep this at the moment would be if I plan on fighting Scrots, and that's not going to happen anytime soon. If I can help it. So go away. I vastly prefer the 200 options usually anyway. Anyways, it seems we're done finally. I'm not going to hunt lindworms. I might find a location and destroy it. This is the very same location as we were offered before. So I have 43,000. I think I'll just hang on to that money for now. We'll spend it at some point, perhaps very soon, but not yet. Okay, find it to the north. It's going to be pretty easy. Probably. Ghost Hills. I don't see Ghost Hills. But if you say... Okay, never mind. We found it. Alright, yeah, pretty easy. Let's do it. Do I need to make a change? Well, I don't need to make a change. Should I make a change, though, in the equipment? I don't think so. Only 13 enemies. This is easy enough to increase the combat speed to the maximum. And also, yes, I need to remember I actually have that Inspire perk now. Alright, let's just autopilot through this. For the most part, I would like to snipe the Necro. Let's inspire Ostrich. Great Axe is coming forward. Let's lose that anchor bonus. Sancho Panzo destroys a zombie. Hooray. Actually switch into this weapon. There is the Winsel motor. Guess I'll prioritize getting that. I might want to head south pretty soon here. Get some nomad kills, get some hyena parts. Things like that. Let's wait for the possessed fallen hero to come in range, I suppose. Well, one of them at least. Anyways, Inspire time, I guess Herbert this time. No, has 12 action points. Actually, never mind. That's the Patient Hunter at work. So, Baldwin. Baldwin has Berserk though. Let's just do Astrid. Astrid is the safe bet. Not quite enough to kill. Anyways, Herbert. The Patient Hunter. Staff dazed. Oh, what the... Is there a zombie next to you? Why can you not target here anymore? What on earth? What is going on? Is this a bug? It looks like a bug. I can only shoot in this distance now, for some reason. Even with aimed shot. What's going on? I am confused. Okay, I guess I'll just accept that, sadly. How about if I kill one? Can I then... No. No, I cannot. Well, that's a shame. That is a shame. Very weird. Well, maybe next time. Anyways, we can get to melee there. So it's not a big deal. It's a little bit of a deal if this great axe gets possessed. Staff days doing work. Yes, it did get possessed as predicted. Now can I shoot there? Yes, I can. How weird. There goes the possession. Ouch. 17% hit. Oof. Alright, do I actually need a net on this one? Maybe. Maybe. Patient Hunter. I like it. If I get hit again there, it might even die. Well, staff days to the rescue. Not enough fatigue. Not enough initiative. Not enough melee skill. Well, maybe Astrid can... No, that's not enough damage, unless I quick shoot, which might miss. Baldwin cannot get there. I need someone who's quick-ish. If I get really, really unlucky, that does mean that Kettle is dead. So, is there an Inspire that will accomplish anything to save his life? Technically, Herbert has more initiative, but we'll see. So can he already move there anyway? If he saved 3 action points, then yes. I think he did. Well, anyways. Can't get Azur in position to throw. And also... Yes, only has 1 throwing weapon left anyway. I guess an Inspire on Azur does mean that he gets, let's see, there. And can still throw. Once. Plus aim shot from Ostrich. I don't know, whatever. Let's do it. And let's also do this. Also, yes, we have Sütze. Forgot all about Sütze. Misses on 95, as you do. Oh well. Finally get rid of that. Azur 95. Not enough. Left at 11. Aim shot from Henrike. Okay, that's enough. You can sit back and relax now. And for situations like this, getting quick hands would be nice. For other situations as well, but for that as well. Okay, there we go. Get some levels out of that, as well as some garbage to sell. Henrike, level 7. Takes Nimble. And I do need to change the armor now. Helmet is fine-ish. This is too heavy. Do I have like a lighter base? Let's see about this. 7.3. Yeah, sure. So... how about now? 48. That's okay. It's not perfect. Can fix it later though. Do I have like a lighter? Yes, this. How about if I take that off now? 41. Yeah, that's fine-ish. Let's roll with that. Takes those as well as more hit points. And we'll eventually get muscularity. And perhaps Colossus as well. Next up, Svanhildr. Even more resolve. So I'll mark this in green. And I did decide on crossbows, did I not? I can still decide to go with slings though. I have a crossbow user, I have a sling user. I don't have a long-range sling user though. But then again, I did say about point blank. It's a little bit more awkward when you don't have Pathfinder as well, if you go with crossbows / guns. Do I have a long-range sling? No, but I have a wild sling. And still I could go with the throwing if I really wanted to. I'll do Rick Hara here first. Also, let's mark it down. King's Guard. Takes more hit points, I think. Don't know if she'll get more perk groups from losing the cripple status. We'll see. Don't remember. Anyways, I could already choose a weapon mastery. I don't have a flail user yet, and she is using a pole flail. So I could go with that. Axes are fine as well. Could delay the decision by taking like a perfect fit, perhaps. I guess I'll go flails. Flails are fine. Sure, let's go flails. So Swanhilder. I guess I could let the equipment make the decision for me, even though still only at 48 range skill. Being penalized by being a drunk. So range damage is not going to happen for a while. I'll not make the decision yet, we'll see. Obviously I could have gotten the Pathfinder book from there to make a thrower out of her. Anyways, that's done. Let's wait for like dawn and sell more things. And then we leave. Salvage a few things as well. Oh yes, did I get an injury on what's his face? No, just lost his hit points, but I guess having a healer assigned is still good. Okay, sell more. Okay, so I have two of these parts. I'll sell one of them. They're pretty difficult to make use of because they also increase the fatigue penalty of wearing armor. Anyways, I think, yes, we are ready to go probably. Could get lucky with one of these recruits. At the moment I'll pass, I think. So head on down south. It's been a while since I've been there. Do I do anything along the way? Do I visit Adlerberg? I guess I do. I can find the training equipment there. Also, yes, the scout's tent. Let's go back to Finsterstadt. Let's get that. And potentially, like, take a delivery or caravan south. Scout's tent. I could also get the craft tent. I will pass though, since it's 10,000. And also let's get like 1 stack of tools. Did I have anyone who needs nimble? I guess I could get it already. I have the money. Okay, I'll get the agile book as well as the nimble book. And we'll see. Someone will eventually make use of those. Let's also get this bread. I want the ground grains. Don't quite need it, so I guess I'll pass. Right, where are you going? You are going to the north. How about you, caravan? Schwarzburg. So that is this place. I will take that. There's a weaponsmith and an armorer there, and now I have money to buy things. So definitely take that. Once again, on a caravan we go. Assign people to do other things. Double check. I'll check that we can... I guess I can make beer. Hooray. I mean, with that in mind, I guess I should buy these ground grains whenever they're available. Now I'm too far away though. Oh well. Let's just probably assign most people to scouting. Let's go with that. Paying less than 300 per day. Economically speaking, we're doing good now, and it's mostly thanks to Swanstadt. Thank you, Swanstadt. Can I see this place now? There's a warlord there now. So that is famed items. Also, apparently there is... I haven't actually noticed. There is a black market there. Anyways, with the ambush trade routes, it's not going to have much in it. But anyways, at some point I might clear that place. Some brigands perhaps want to die. I can oblige, of course, if they so choose. Also, do I have another polearm type weapon at the moment? I don't. Anyways, I guess I need to make no changes unless I want to use something other than this. I guess I'll use this instead. Alright, hi there. How nice to see you on this lovely day. So there is a hedge knight. That is basically the only threat, it seems. There's also Maurice Bloodbeard, who is apparently pretty confused, since it does look like that it is a female. Anyways, far be it from me to judge. In the past, they of course did have bearded ladies that you could gawk at for a price. Also, yes, let's lower the combat speed. This is a bit too fast. So I suppose we'll just try to nuke the Hedge Knight down. Perhaps get Kettle there to delay him, though. We'll see. But he's going the long way around, it seems. Anyways, let's just start killing. They don't even have a monk, so breaking the resolve is pretty easy. Alright. So Kettle here probably uses Fortify. And just moves there to block a whole bunch of them. But I can wait on that. Don't see a reason to not wait. 41, huh? Guess you are staying put, so probably go for that. Do I use a net? I guess I could. Let's wait for a net. Probably just save the rest of your AP with Patient Hunter. Could also switch a weapon, but let's not. Okay, and Alretieren doesn't have the shield perks yet. I'll still shield wall though. And probably move there to intercept. I definitely am a bit slow today. Apologies for that. Anywho. Yeah, move there. It's not quite optimal, but it does make Luthgardis a bit safer there to go for it. I'll wait and see if someone else can kill this dog. So I can do a hit and run. Okay. Actually wait probably for Ostrich. Be able to activate Berserk there, so I don't get in the way. Even when I do have Bullseye. You most likely do nothing. Right, and Inspire Ostrich, I think. Kill the dog, please. Not quite. Left at 1. They probably move to safety somewhere. If there is safety. Alright. Get Berserk. If I could guarantee headshots, this would be a nice target. But I cannot. Can I find a flimsy target? There is a thug. They have pretty heavy armor, it seems. And the witch hunters, of course, are nimble. Go for the thug, I guess. If I hit this guy, then it's fine. And also I did, and also hit the head. Right, and now go for witch hunter. Well, I didn't specify which one, so sure. Okay, this weapon is far better against armor. Get a lucky headshot as well. Yes, that spear wall is going to help immensely. Thank you. Nice. Currently not getting much use of Berserk. Eventually maybe get Patient Hunter from a book. Alright, I'll net this fella. And do I net anyone else at the moment? Probably not. $95. No. Net there. And I guess since you're a melee, you should probably use a net again on someone. But there currently isn't really a target I would like to net. Unless I want to delay the Hedge Knight. Which I don't need to do, so do nothing else, I suppose. I can also just ignore the zone of control, probably with 44 melee defense though. Even so, I cannot throw, so whatever. Okay, go ahead and fortify. And also move there. Staff days, but we don't get the stun because of Steel Brow. This is a bit awkward. Only has 13 melee defense, can't even probably dodge a War Dog. So it's a waste of damage, to be sure, but I guess I kill the War Dog if I can. And I can't even do that. Move there. And you just continue doing nothing. Alright. Can't really activate Berserk with any kill unless I hit this Thug. It is a 73, so go for it. Gets it. Might even decide to try to dagger the Hedge Knight, we'll see. At least saves me the trouble of breaking down the armor. Then again, he does have a dangerous weapon, which can obviously AoE attack anyone daggering. As well as gets back to basics. Which means we can't break his resolve. So probably actually pass on that. Good one. Can I get a lucky headshot? No. I don't think I'll try again, since I'd like to net once the Hedge Knight is in range. He's going there for some reason. Sure. Yeah, I'll net this guy. Still miss a 90%er though. Herbert the Patient Hunter. Damage isn't that much, but have to start somewhere. Okay. Having difficulties, it seems. Can't use the lash attack. That's 6 AP actually. I think both of these used to be 4 AP. They've nerfed the pole flail. I suppose it was warranted. Kill the dog. Speaking of dogs. And yeah, I suppose there's really no way to dagger this guy. Unless I, for some reason, want to risk it, and I don't. So instead, we'll use a net and heavy weapons. Inspire Astrid again, I guess. Okay, so crossbow guy. Maybe just go for the Hedge Knight. Let's even get closer. 92. Okay, I don't have a net here yet, but definitely go for it. Axe on axe violence, and now we use the net. I also have a net here. I could use it there. This guy will go down pretty quickly once I actually hit him, though. But I suppose I can... I don't really care about having ammunition or losing ammunition to repair nets at the moment. Not that much. So it's fine. Okay, I want one to go straight to hit this guy, but it's not happening. Should have gone for this guy maybe, though. Yeah, that would have been Berserk. Mistake. Especially in hindsight, missing that. $87 miss. That hurts. Okay, Harold. Just wait. Perhaps reapply a net. Throwing weapons finally doing things. Well done. Let's intercept this guy. Once again, inspire Astrid, I suppose, unless I want to do Baldwin. I'll wait and decide later. Headshot would kill. And still shield wall though. I'll do the shield wall instead. Right. Nice to see that missing. And now you have decided to join the fight. Not a good idea. Okay, let's do Baldwin this time. Oh, god damn it, guys. Why are you doing that? Why on earth would you do that? Well, anyways, Hedge Knight down. Look, Mom, I'm being useful too! Very useful. Right, it seems that the Witch Hunter is getting away. That's fine. I don't think I care about daggering that target. I could do it though, pretty easily. Doesn't have underdog. But I will pass. Also, is there any nets around? Well, you have still nets in your inventory. wait and see if she decides not to shield wall. Use a net on this one. Do nothing else. Inspire round, probably. Is still shield walling. Why not? Makes this a bit of a chore. But we can do it. Okie dokie. Nearly done here. Some of the caravan hands might get kills. Well, there's 2 targets left. That would be a shame. A bit of a shame. Okay, 1 target left. I think I'll get the kill though. Yes. Okay, there we go. Swanhildur gets... No, that's the old one, right? The old perk. We get things to sell. Okay, I guess these heavy throwing weapons are kind of good. And I still don't even have the damage perks. So I might still decide, I guess, to go with throwing. And I did buy that Pathfinder book as well. Okay. So I have gifted and 9 lives, which were things that I took that don't facilitate going with throwing, but I don't know. So that means bags and belts, quick hands, throwing, point blank, wind reader, nimble, and whatever perks I get from books like Pathfinder and Berserk or Patient Hunter, Battle Flow, things like that. Quick Step is a little bit of a substitute for Pathfinder, I guess. I do have some of these heavy throwing weapons. I'll still delay the decision, but it might still actually be throwing. I am indecisive. Repair some of these things. And now I can actually salvage as well as I'm spending tools. There aren't that many things I'd salvage though. There are some. Assign one person there. Also, you should be in the camp kitchen. Hotword, why have you left there? Where is he? There. Stop grinning like that. In any case, let's move on. While doing inventory, you ask Svanhildr to carry over a quiver of arrows. The short, simple journey ends with the woman, tripping over a rock and turning herself into a pincushion. Suffers pierced leg muscles. At least she didn't kill herself. Oh, you silly drunk. We'll get rid of that one day. Submit her against her will into Alcoholics Anonymous. Let's take a look here. Okay, we have an event. Get good mood out of that, hooray. Skip the recruits. Okay, training equipment is here. It's expensive though, but I know it's here so I can come buy it. If I don't find it for cheaper. Let's get some ammunition, I guess. How about the books? Spears, probably don't care. Medium armor, that I do care about. Perfect fit is going to be good for someone. I will get that. Probably don't care about inspirational. Nor the others. Fletcher has broadhead arrows. Plus 10% damage, but minus 10% armor piercing. With a bow. Okay, so that does have uses, I guess. I don't think it's like worth it though. Plus 10% seems low, and I don't want to be switching those around a lot. Also, let's I had these the other way around here because I lacked ammunition at one point, but now that I remembered, let's switch it back. Alright, let's leave. The same tasks are fine-ish, though I guess sure. We'll treat these injuries. Also yes, I had forgotten about Harold's injury, so yes. Okay, made it. First up, the marketplace. Okay, there we go. Training equipment for merely 11,000. That's a far better deal. Before I look at the books, let's take a look at the armorer. Does have things. I won't be buying the heavy armor things though. Those are too expensive. There are some helmet options, I guess. Maybe. These are similar. Can be used by nimble or lithe. Mostly. Nope. Don't care about being unaffected by lindworm blood at the moment. Probably skip the armor stuff actually. We'll see. Weaponsmith is the exciting part though. There is a two-handed hammer. It's not very good though. Cleaver slash sword with enhanced damage. Maybe. Maybe. Decent shovel. I don't have a shovel user. Okay, so... decent polearm as well. Maybe. I do have 2 polearm users now. I would like to get something else though as a polearm. Especially something that has minus fatigue cost. Okay, a pretty meh Zweihander. Nice art though. Pretty good 100 sword. No one's really using those though. Excellent one-handed flail. Minus 3 fatigue cost per use as well as enhanced damage. I don't have a... well, I do have a flail specialist. I have Swanhilder. Not you. No, god damn it, I'm confused. It's you, Rikara. So I could get that. I could do that. I usually prefer two-handed weapons though. For multiple reasons. Anyways, let's do the levels. Helvig, level 7. Probably takes skillful stacking now. Next up, Sancho the Stick. Yet again rolls a +1 for melee skill. Sun Disappoint. Well, that's what you get for having no stars. Okay, so go Battle Forged, probably. I guess Feint does help a lot, actually, as well. Even the fatigue cost reduction when an attack misses will have an impact. How about just Brawny though? Anyway, I'll take the Battle Forged, I guess. There you go. Also, yes, I need to refresh the nets. Harold here, level 7. Maybe takes more resolve or initiative. Probably resolve. I'll take the resolve. And yeah, let's go with slings, I guess. Take one look here though. I could go with like an armor spec. I suppose I could even go with heavy armor if I really wanted to. That is actually the safer option. Has only 61 hit points. I could get something like Blend In and Slash or Steel Brow though. As well as Nimble. Could just take tactical maneuvers, of course. That does have a lot of utility. And it is something I will take eventually. Also, this is going to be a no. I'll just take tactical maneuvers for now. Then we have Ludwig, level 6. Pretty good level. Could maybe still use some resolve. Yeah, especially when I am going to be going frontline. Perk-wise, what do I take? Maybe Patient Hunter. That means every now and again he can attack twice with the polearm. Seems good to me, dog. The problem with the polearm that I have available in the store is that it's not going to be a long-term weapon for Ludgardis, and it's going to be very fatigue intensive to use the Reap ability on someone like Ludwig. Can get Brony to help out. Can get Recover though. So maybe. Recover has synergy with Patient Hunter as well. Mark this in blue. And also, yes, second winch. But in any case, gets Patient Hunter now. So yeah, Swanhild, I'll decide between episodes, I guess, what I do. All 3 options are still available. Anyways, so what did we have here? We have this cleaver / sword. Do I have someone who can take cleavers without needing to read a book? It seems like no. I don't actually know what attacks specifically that weapon has. What is the sword attack? I can take swords with Baldwin. I guess if I get cleavers from a book, then it's okay for a round, but I really would like to have hammers. Need to destroy armor. And the new guy, the King's Guard, is already flails. I suppose I will get the one-handed flail at least, and we'll see how I feel about that. Using it with her. She won't go into the front line for a while though. But I suppose I can always find more people as well. So get the Raiders Reckoning. So let's take a look. How much fatigue is it to actually swing it? Eight. So it's not quite fatigue neutral at the moment. If she had Iron Lungs, it would be. Lash is 17. Double grip is plus 25% damage as well as 15% additional armor ignore. Duelist has been changed in Legends, so not that big of a deal to not even have it, I guess. Let's take a look at Duelist. When holding a buckler, mummy, shield or parrying dagger, you get the Duelist effect, but then you don't get the double grip effect. Flourish skill. This seems semi-situational though. Increases fatigue cost by 50%, and you also need to have higher initiative, right? Based on the initiative difference between you and your targets, you get a chance for each attack to ignore armor completely. Oh, was that why? Was that why I took the pure armor damage a long while ago against goblins. I suppose that must have been it. So you can use this with any weapon, right? That's an interesting thing. Because I got hit by crossbows. As long as you are faster than the target, any attack that inflicts at least 1 point of damage to hit points triggers a morale check. Anyways, that fatigue cost increase scares me. But in any case, I don't have Duelist available as of yet for the King's card. But yeah, that's a new flail for her, but for now just uses the ball flail, so let's keep that in the inventory. Unless I want to give it to someone else, like Kettle, maybe. Kettle or Alretieran. Alretieran has 68 melee skill. So I could use that there. How much money do I have left? 17. So I could consider this one-handed sword as well. Lowered injury threshold by 29%. If I had like a Crippling Strikes, Executioner, Sword Duelist type, then this would be very good, I suppose. Don't care about this hammer, it doesn't have enhanced damage, but that might be a mistake actually. So I probably will get this Ibn Hassan's blade, but I'm not that thrilled about it, to be honest. The other attribute that is enhanced is that it just weighs slightly less, which is the least useful thing. Like +5 fatigue from that. No, that's not the same weapon type, but anyway. Also yes, this thing. I forgot. So I need to get like... I can get one of these. I guess it's the cleaver over the polearm, even though I have 2 polearm users. So what is the other enhanced attribute here? Is it shield damage or is it the armor effectiveness? I'm going to assume it's the shield damage. In any case, it's one of these. Short term, I guess I get benefits, get use out of this weapon. 71 to 95 though. Guess I'll compare the raw damage. Well, it's more. The Reap attack is nice, but I can't do the perfect focus thing with that weapon. Not really, not efficiently. Not the Reap attack at least. I suppose I'm leaning towards the polearm, despite the issues. Since no one's going to be using this Mangler of the Lion for a while. Okay, sure, let's get that. I can make more money. And it does go to loot Hardis, so let's take a look here. Reap is 18 fatigue to use, because I'm getting help from Mind over Body. That will further improve with Fortified Mind. So the good news is that I can keep on reaping for a long while, as long as I don't use Perfect Focus. Cleave is 9. Okay. And that also means that I have a new weapon for Ludwig instead of this sword staff, I guess. Alright, there we are. And before I spend any more money, I guess I'll take a look at the books. Did I take a look at them already? I don't think I did. Throwing. Shield. Hammer. Holm. That does come with perfect focus and alert, which I value the most out of these, I guess. Don't care about the favorite enemy books at the moment. Hey, Bailing, in some situations actually good to get. Harvest Twist is interesting, but I don't think so. So probably don't get any books here. Anyways, like I said, between episodes I'll decide what ranged weapon type to go for with Swanhilder here. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.